So guys, before we start this video, actually the recording of the video has been done, but before I upload the video, I thought of creating this small part to share with you guys. Actually I also did this security feature implementation on the Twilio bot for the first time using Twilio-X-Signature and the Twilio validator class. Okay, so I got so many errors while doing this thing, so I'm not going to remove or skip those parts. Rather, I'm planning to keep this thing. Those are already watch my live class have already seen this thing, because I took at least I'm not sure how much time I took, maybe 1 hour. So most of the time is actually getting the error, fixing the errors, changing the code. I did everything inside the class, so many of you will get frustrated. But I don't want to remove that part, because many of you guys will definitely will face the same problem. So later on it will help you guys to learn and understand. So just want to share with you guys, so that in between, after watching the video, you should not complain about that. This is going to be full-fledged live coding, and I fixed the error then and there on the live video, so it took much time to complete the course. But if someone is not interested to watch the video, that's fine. Feel free to download the GitHub link URL from the URL that I'm going to put in the video description, and the code is actually okay, because ultimately at the end we fix everything and everything is up and running. So you can directly go ahead and download the code and use this Twilio-X-Signature feature. And for further studies, I'll highly recommend you guys to watch out the Twilio documentation for Twilio-X-Signature. But this is the thing they recommend, and we already implemented. Only one thing is pending. If you're not going to use ngrok tunnel, you can use your own server, and for that you need to expose your server with a public IP address, and you need to install certificate from third-party authorized entity. Okay, so that's it guys. So video will be one more time, the duration will be video will be longer. And why? The reason is that I got so many mistakes. I fix everything, and in order to fix everything, I have to change many codes, I have to edit many things. So many times I debug, so many times I did testing, so that is why it took longer. So I'm sorry for that, but this is part of the programmer's life. So that's it guys. We'll see you in the next video, but after this thing the tutorial will start, the actual tutorial will start. So that's it guys, we'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day. What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 9. So guys, sorry, I have actually forgot to change the name of this video. So in this video we're gonna talk about some very important security feature, how to implement security on WhatsApp bot. Okay, so in this tutorial we're going to talk about some important security feature, how you can implement those things. Like we already developed the bot, we have implemented different features like access restriction, VIP access. Now we'll be going to talk about how to implement some security features. So for that actually we'll be going to do some very important things. So let me first open my server, because from today onwards we'll be going to work on a server, because I have already hosted the bot inside or I have actually moved my code inside a server. So that is why we would like to do it from a server. Okay, so till now I was doing in my local machine. From now onwards I'll be going to do in a Windows server. So this is the server, but before that let me open my WhatsApp. So let me show you guys, if someone is not familiar with the bot, so for them it will be easier. Okay, so like this, and after that if you write India, it is going to give you the data of India. Okay, but as I told you, there is no additional security feature or measurements are available, so we'll be going to talk about that. For example, if I refresh this thing, So I believe all of you are familiar with this code and all. So many of you already know what is actually happening here and what are the things you need to understand. Okay, so let me show you guys the important thing. For example, our main topic for today's class will be how no validation on the request if it is coming from Twilio or not based on the Twilio signature or authentication token. So right now whatever request is coming to our code, the thing is that we have our code running on that machine. We have exposed our machine host name using ngrok, and we give this thing here. Now suppose if someone else is also using Twilio and he gave this URL to his sandbox, then also it will work for him as well. For his like number also it will work. Okay, because there is no validation, right? You understand? Suppose you are using some other number, for him also it will be working though he didn't write the code. So you need to like very much what do you say, you need to implement those security feature that if it is that it should always come from your like Twilio account and your Twilio sandbox, from your sandbox or your Twilio account. So for that Twilio give two things. Twilio gives you authentication token, and every request will be validated based on your URL, your authentication token, and the Twilio-X-Signature. So Twilio-X-Signature will be given by the Twilio. So based on these three things you can validate every request. If request is valid, you should allow the code to execute, or else you can abort this thing. And how to protect the local image URL. So local image URL means this URL. So after every request we are generating one image file, for example this one. So for this one also we have this ngrok kind of a thing, right? We have this thing. So let me show you. If we run this thing in the URL, see, if you execute this thing you will easily access to all these files. If someone is by mistake or somewhere if easily get access to this URL, he can easily get your files and get your codes. So how to stop that or how to block that? So for that you need to do some sort of additional things. So I'll be going to first talk about how to safeguard your local URL, and then we'll be going to talk about the X-signature part. Okay, so let me go to my server first. Okay, and let me open this thing. So first of all, already I have exposed my local file directories using ngrok. So let me first close this thing. Okay, and let me open this thing again from here. Okay, now just watch it very carefully. So this is the step you need to use for enabling some authentication. Like whenever someone is going to access this URL for your local directory, he should use some sort of password. Okay, and after that you have to use auth. Okay, like this, and let me give a user ID and password. Okay, so Ronnie, like this, and password is Ronnie1234. Okay, and after that you should write file, and then let me check this thing here. Okay, so let's run this thing. See, this is now working in this port. Now what will happen, if you copy this thing and if you run this thing here, so it will ask you for the password. Let me type the password. Okay, Okay, so see, it is only going to access my password. See, I have written this password only. Okay, so let me again refresh this thing, or let me run this thing again with the invalid password. Let's see. Okay, it is actually established. So let me open this thing again. Okay, actually it already open, so I need to use from incognito mode. Okay, so this time I'll give invalid password, so RONI123, and I'll give some random thing. Okay, let's see, it will not allow you to access. Now what I'll do, I will try to change the URL here actually in my code. So what is the URL? This is going to be this thing. Let me change, and now watch it carefully. What are the things we are going to do? So this is going to be http:/, then you have to give your user ID like this and password like this. Okay, you have to use this, and after that you have to put @. Okay, and remaining things are simple. Okay, so let's terminate everything and let's stop everything. Okay, and let's execute. Okay, no, let's first do not use this thing. Okay, if I use password, it will definitely work. There is no point. So let's use this thing first. Okay, we'll see it because we have enabled the password. So it's working. Now we'll check from the WhatsApp that whether it is giving us the result or not. It should give us the means this thing. Okay, so let me run this thing. So it came. Now let me give India. So data came for India, but image is not coming. Let's wait for 1 or 2 more seconds. So it is not coming. So see, just because we are not assigning any user ID password, it is not coming. So we'll check it from the response now, what happened over here. So see, it's saying not modified. So the image file is not coming. Okay, now what we'll do, we'll change it from this to user ID and password. Okay, and we'll see how these things are going to work. Okay, now let's run this thing again. It's working. Now let's try this thing again. Due to my internet is very slow, so that is why it is not coming. So let me write India. It came. See, the image is coming, and if you go and check from here as well, you will see the response is okay. Now see, the response is okay. So guys, I'm just using a hard-coded value over here. You can easily get it from some sample file and you can do it. So we will do it. We can do it. We can do that as well. So what I will do, we can easily do that by using this credential file. Okay, so we'll do that. So I'm just thinking whether it is let's do it. Okay, so I have a sample file here. This is a structure: username, password, authentication token, and URL. Like this is the structure of the file: username, password, authentication token, and URL. And I have put everything in this credential file. I'm not gonna open this thing because my authentication token will be there inside the file. So rather I will not going to open that, but I will try to read from the file. Okay, so I will just copy paste this thing again. Okay, so credentials.txt, id is the row 0, id1 equals to 1, and let's see whether we are getting it properly or not, and after that we'll set it. Okay, print id and print password, but idtunnl tunnel, this is the tunnel for ngrok, so we'll use password like this, or else our actual id and password, this variable will be changed. Okay, print id tunnel and print password tunnel. Okay, so terminate, move, and we'll see it. So id is this. So if you see, as I told you, the structure of the file will be username, password, authentication token, and URL. So I'm not going to open that file, that I can show you that we have already have this thing. So what I'll do, I will now set up the tunnel with this username and password, just to make sure that we should not use any hardcode thing. So I will again not this one, this one should remain same. I will close this one again, and I will open it from here, and I will use this user ID and password, means this one. Okay, so it will be ngrok http then hyphen auth, and it will be 11 Ronnie and Rambo @1234 like this, and then it will be file and like this. Okay, and after that we will copy this path, I will put it over here. Okay, so that's it. So see, we got the tunnel. We'll check it from the URL whether it is working or not. So it is asking for the password, so I am just giving it 11 Ronnie, and after that the password whatever I set. Okay, so it's working perfectly. So let me close everything, and this is the one we create, right? So I'll mark it. Okay, and we'll change it here now. Okay, so we set up from the ngrok, and I'll send the documentation as well now. So this part will be this, and we'll be not going to do this thing. Like from this part it will be fixed until this part, then num will be this, but now in this part we'll be going to do some modification like username and password. Okay, so how are we going to do that part? So it will be like this and this and this and this. Now username and password has to be like some sort of string. Okay, so for username we are getting it from I believe we are getting it from id tunnel, password tunnel. Okay, so we have to write here id underscore tunnel, and so http id tunnel, then it would be separated by colon, and it will be password tunnel, pwd underscore tunnel. Okay, that's it. And after that you have to just use another this thing. Okay, so that's it. So it should work now. We'll check it now. We'll check everything, remove all terminated. We will run this thing now. That's it. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll now just delete these two lines, it's not required anymore. Okay, so we'll see it now whether you are getting any data or not. Okay, so let's write India. So we should get the image as well. I think we're not getting the image, some problem maybe, so we'll fix it. What could be the problem? We'll see it now. So this is like ID, then password tunnel, then at the rate of this, then number, then image. So I'm not sure why this thing didn't came, but we'll see it here. What was the problem? So the request actually didn't reach. That is strange. We'll see it now. We'll mark, we will see it, what was the problem actually. Okay, why the image didn't came here. So 11 Ronnie, everything is fine, so image is up and running, so 200 is okay. Okay, so probably we need to run this thing again. So maybe, I'm not sure, we need to run this thing, because for me everything looks okay. We give the same URL d930k, then /num, so everything is fine. HTTP ID tunnel plus password tunnel, so there is no question, so we should see this thing. Okay, let's run this thing again. If we get something, let's see. If not, because right now it worked, but now it is not working, some strange thing. So we need to understand why it is not working. Okay, so this is not working, so we'll see it. What is the problem here? Why this is not working? Okay, I think we need to understand this thing, ID tunnel and password tunnel. Okay, ID and password both are coming, then after that we are using actually at the rate, that is also fine, but the thing is that it is not updated with this thing. So what I'll do, I will try to print this thing here, and I'll try what URL is actually getting passed, so then our thing will be cleared. But here actually it is not hitting the 200 this thing, so main problem is here actually. Okay, we can see this is fine, but why this is not hitting this URL? So that is the main question. Okay, let's run this thing. So we need to debug. Just now it worked, now again suddenly it's not working. So what I'll do, I'll just not opening this thing, I'm rather trying it from my mobile actually. Let me run this thing. So my number will come, I just say hi. Okay, it came. Now I'll enter India, so it should generate the data for India. Okay, so 11 Ronnie, this is the password. Okay, I understood why this is not working. So that there is a specific requirement, the password should not contain any specific special character for with @, so that is why it is not working. So we already have a @ here and we are already having a @ here, so that is why it is not working. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll change that @. So we will use some sort of special character. We'll not be going to use special character. So what I'll do, we'll hard code this thing here. So what I'll do, let me just password tunnel password underscore tunnel dot replace that will be replaced with XYZ. Okay, so I think this is going to work now. Okay, change has been detected, so now we can check it from the server. Okay, so just because we are using @, so it was not working. So that is the main reason. So I forgot actually. So let's say hi, then India, okay, still this is not coming, not sure why. We have to check it again from here. Now what is the problem? Okay, this didn't got changed actually. Why? Okay, I'm not sure why it didn't change. We change the code, we debug it. So let's run this thing now. We'll see if the value got changed or not. So sorry guys, it took actually long time. Now we'll still it is not coming, strange. Basically this value is not getting changed, that is the main problem. Okay, I did a mistake over here, so sorry, I'm doing lots of mistake today, sorry. Okay, so let's run this thing now. Hopefully this should work now. Okay, still it is not working. I'm actually now confused. Okay, now why this is not working? Because we changed this ngrok with a different thing, so that is why. So again we need to change this thing with this value, Rambo XYZ 1234. So lot of things now. So ngrok http then -auth equals to 11 Ronnie, then what am I doing? ngrok http then -auth this, then 11 Ronnie, then Rambo XYZ 1234, Rambo XYZ 1234, and then we need to give this path actually. Okay, Hopefully everything is fine now and this should work. I don't want anymore. Now what happened? Let me check now what happened in Xerox. Okay, HTTP auth this thing. File, I forgot to give file, guys. So it happens when you are doing mistake, you will do lots of mistake. This is just a bad day. Okay, so done. So let me change everything now from here. Well, something else copied. I copied something else. Let's see. See, the copy is also not working today. Okay, so it will be like this. Now we need to stop everything. Now run it again. Hopefully this time this should work. Hi. Now it is saying bad gateway. Okay, some strange things are happening for me. Suddenly it is saying bad gateway. But not sure why. Let me run this thing again. Yes, I got the request now. Some network problem. Okay, now let's type India. Network is very slow today. So okay, finally we got the image. So guys, it happens sometimes when you are working. So it took like more than 20 minutes time to configure every it. So what I did, I will now write it here. So sorry for the delay, but can't help it. So from ngrok you have to write this command. Okay, like this, user id colon password, then space, then file, then path. Okay, that's it. And from the code you have to add this line. What I'll do, I'll just put this line over here, then it will be easier to understand. This will be the image URL. So these two things you have to remember. Okay, and don't worry, the code will be also shared from a GitHub repository. ngrok URL. Okay, so next big thing, I'm not sure how much time I will take, so we'll validate this thing now. Okay, from Twilio. So in Twilio, if I show you, I have already given. So now see, if you see, the HTTPS URL is working. So this URL 710, and here the URL is actually same. If you see 710. Now we'll validate this thing. Okay, so for that we need to use something here. So we'll write this thing. What is the URL? We'll write print row 4 is URL. We'll see whether in the credential file, like in our credential file we have the URL or not. Okay, so let me take the URL from here. URL is going to be row 4. Okay, let's run this thing. Sorry, it will be 3 actually, total 4 elements, so it will be 3. So okay, 0 1 2 3 URL is last one, so it will be 3. So let me run this thing. Okay, so let me check whether I am getting the right URL or not. Oh, I'm again doing mistake. It should be here. I'm in placing here, not this file, this file. Okay, so let's run this thing again. It is saying URL out of index. I'm not sure because I copy but I forgot to remove this thing. Okay, let's run this thing now. Now why this is saying I don't have anything here, URL is not defined. Okay, so it's a good exercise for debugging. Okay, hi, I put hi, so I should get the URL, but I'm not getting the URL here. Not sure why. I'm not sure why I'm not getting the URL. Probably it will be in 4. So let's run this thing. Oops, sorry. Maybe it will be second. Okay. Okay, let's run this thing. Okay, so this is the URL. I think this is the URL is right. So row 2 is my what do you say, my URL, and actually row 3 is my authentication token. So I just displayed the authentication token, so I will remove it, guys, don't worry. So it should not be the right thing to do. So everything is fine, we're using the same thing. So now I will create a method over here to validate this thing. So request starts coming here, so we need to validate that. So before doing that, we need to import to package or library from Twilio to validate your request. So for doing that, we need to import those things. Okay, so one will be not authentication, one will be request validator. Okay, so it will be from Twilio dot request validator import. I think it will be in capital request validator. Okay, so we need this thing only, and after that we need to, here we have to create one method. Okay, so that will validate your request. That's it. So how to validate the request, we will do that now. Okay, so we'll create a function validate, and it will be request. That's it. Okay, so we'll validate the request now. So for doing that, you need to do some some different kind of a thing. So the thing is that one request is coming here and you need to validate that. So for doing that, first of all you have to run this thing from here. Okay, so means you have to call this method from here, and for doing that I'm just thinking how to explain this thing. That will be I'm just thinking how to explain this thing to you guys, so that it will be easier for you guys to understand. Okay, so so request is suppose I am here actually. Okay, so one request is coming here. We need to identify the request, so it will be is valid. Okay, you just create a variable is valid and it will get the validation in the boolean form from this thing. Okay, so here, so validate, and we'll call using validate request. Okay, then if is if not, and we'll create is underscore valid. Okay, then we will abort. Okay, with status, so it will be definitely 403, and in the status we'll write request not allowed. Okay, so that's it. If it is not valid, it will abort, or else it will come here. Now how to validate this thing? For that we need to call this method, and inside the method we'll write our function or method body or function body. Okay, so we'll create something r request underscore meta data. Let's create a dictionary with this thing. Okay, request metadata we are creating, and we need to validate this thing now. Okay, so we'll create validator. We'll create a validator. Okay, and that validator will validate your authentication token. Okay, so we have request validator already. Okay, and it will actually validate your authentication token, and authentication token will come from here, authentication token will come from here actually. So token will be row 3. Okay, so we will write token here. So you got the request, so request is now getting validated with the token, means it is validating my authentication token first. Okay, and then I already have the URL. Okay, so now what will happen, we'll generate URL equals to URL plus I think my URL is this one, so I have to put this and then this and then SMS. So this is my actual URL. This URL is actually present in Twilio and in my code. So after that I have the token validate. I have done some validation using my token. I have this value here. Now we'll generate some sort of key item in request dot form. Okay, we all know what actually have this in request, like we already did this thing like request dot form. Okay, so we have some values over here, and from there we will create this request metadata. Okay, and we'll put Twilio this thing like key from request actually. Okay, from here actually. It will be like this. Okay, so we got some key over here. Okay, so what we'll do now, I'm not sure why this is throwing error. Okay, because of this thing. So we got our metadata created. Now we will validate this thing. Okay, so we'll create Twilio-X-Signature. I told you, so you guys can do some sort of like study for Twilio-Signature. So it will be coming from the request header, request.get dot headers actually. So and how to write that, that is going to be another important thing. So it will be capital X, then hyphen, then Twilio, then hyphen signature, and this should be like this. Okay, Twilio. I believe I did everything correctly, and you need to post this none. Okay, so that's it. And after that you have to validate everything all together once you validate this thing. Okay, you have to return here actually. So this validator has to be returned. Okay, validator dot validate. So you have to URL, you already have this URL, and parameters will be your keys which you already got from the request metadata. Okay, so in your case it will be this, and signature will be your Twilio signature. So this one. So if this is true, you will get access. If it is not true, you will not get access. So simple. So our job is done. So to see this thing, you can create print Twilio signature, and you can even print this thing here just to make sure this thing, and you can even print this thing, request metadata as well, so you can see whatever things are coming. Okay, this is going to be very interesting, guys. I'm just showing you guys, don't try to misuse these things like my saved signature and all, else I'll be in trouble. Okay, cannot assign a function call. What is happening here? Request underscore metadata. I'm not sure. Just thinking. Key item request data dot key equals dot key item in request form. This should be like this. This is actually, I did a mistake. This has to be, I think that's it. Let's run this thing. Yeah, it's working. So let's run this thing now. Okay, from here, let's run this thing. Let's run hi. Nothing is coming. Let's see why this is not coming from here. So definitely it should return something false. See, variable URL reference before assignments, we got some error, so we need to check this thing, probably here. Okay, URL equals to URL plus SMS. Okay, URL is already generated here. Why this is saying URL? Okay, this we are getting error here actually. Variable URL reference before assignment. Okay, I didn't understand why this is saying before assignment, cause URL is already here. Okay, URL plus SMS and unbound local variable. Okay, understood. We need to let's create a global variable now. Okay, let's run this thing. Hopefully this should work. Okay, still we are getting the same error. I'm getting the same error again. Why this is not coming? This is actually strange. I'm just thinking why this is not coming. Okay, URL is here, but why this is this is here. I am just this global variable. Okay, let's print URL here. Let's see why this is not coming. Okay, okay, so here also it is not possible URL. Okay, five. Okay, let's call with this URL and this thing. I thought I declared globally, though it should work, but not sure why this is not working. Let's now run this thing. Okay, okay, so today's class took much longer time. Okay, now let's run this thing. Still we are getting some error. Maybe name SMS is not defined. Okay, actually the problem is here. Actually I did a mistake completely, so it's not required to pass this thing, guys. Now I understood the SMS has to be in double quotes. That is why it is not working. Hopefully this should work now. Okay, let's run this thing. Okay, still some error. Again the same error. Unknown local variable. I'll become mad now. Okay, so URL and call it from here as a URL. So we have some URL, then we are creating this additional thing. Okay, so hopefully this should work now. Okay, so let's run this thing now. We got some more error now. Again, key is not defined. Request.metadata key is not defined. I did a mistake. Many mistakes are there actually. Let's run this thing again. See what error is next. Okay, let's run this thing now. Hopefully this should work now. Okay, just because I already sent something, so let's print hi. So see, now this request is working. So I got this thing, this is my signature and this is the items and everything. So guys, actually I did a mistake, so I put a key item, so both side it will be same, so that is why you are getting the error. So when you are doing mistake, you will continuously doing some mistakes. So let's put India. See, we'll get India's data as a return. I think image will also come now. Okay, so that's it guys. I will try to upload the code in GitHub and share this thing with you. I know this is going to be very complex, so let me explain this thing again. So when someone send a message, you will the control will come here, and from there it will check whether request is valid or not. So it will call this method, and this method ultimately calls this method with your request and URL. So request will again validated based on your URL, your authentication token, and your Twilio-X-Signature. If it returns true, see, it is actually returning true. If it is returns true, means it is returns true, it will validate it here. If return is true here, then control will come here. If it is not true, means not valid, means is valid is not true, then it will abort. Okay, so this is how it works. So guys, I will try to create I think code is fine, only things we did a mistake. So I hope you guys understood that this is going to be a very complex thing, so mistake can happen. I'm sorry for that, but it's good that I did so many mistakes, so definitely you guys also will be doing the same mistake while doing the coding, so that time you will easily refer to my videos to learn. So while doing coding or while writing, if you get a mistake, try to fix it and you will definitely learn it. If you're not able to learn it by yourself, do some sort of research on Google or Stack Overflow. It will give you some sort of new ideas. So that's it guys, we'll see you in the next video. But this is going to be very unique thing. As I told you, we have to implement this sort of features when you are going to work on production level bot, because your company needs some sort of like security features on inside your the app or throughout the life cycle or execution cycle of the bot. Now our bot is fully fledged. You can have you can implement the security features whatever is best provided by Twilio. So this is going to be very interesting if you guys are going to work and create some sort of different bot and share your feedback with us, or the stories like what are the things you create. And meanwhile, if you guys have any idea about some other products or other use cases where you can implement this sort of WhatsApp bot or similar use cases, please share with us. We'll try to implement this thing, because I believe the Corona bot or COVID-19 bot tutorial has been completed. So from next tutorial onward, we'll be going to start some other tutorials. So I need some use cases. If you guys are having, fair enough, send me. If you are not having, I'll try to incorporate all these things. So that's it, guys. So before driving towards end, I would like to tell you guys, if you guys are having any doubt, question, please feel free to write me. I got many responses. Thank you very much. And special thanks to all of my Udemy students for purchasing the course. It is actually helping me a lot during this pandemic situation. And same applicable for all of you guys. If you guys are having any question, doubt, please feel free to reach me out via Udemy instructor communication box. I will always available there to help you. And don't forget to subscribe our channel, hit the like button if you enjoy our videos, share some feedback. If you have any question, doubt, or if you want us to improve our quality, you can share with us. And please try to share our videos with your family and friend. You definitely love to reach larger audience. So that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day.